Grammy Award-winning pop sensation Meghan Trainor has outdone herself again. Seriously, she just keeps getting better. Hello and welcome back to the Extra Pop Podcast, the podcast where I will be talking about all things pop culture. I'm your host, Christian, and I am so excited to finally be back and filming this podcast for you again. I took a tiny break to do something very exciting, which I'm sure from the title you know what it is already, and also life has just been insanely busy in general, but nonetheless, we're back and better than ever, so let's celebrate that. I didn't really have the most amount of time to set up everything this week, and also my office is a complete mess from all of the busyness of the businesses, so we are filming on my work desk for once. This is kind of weird, but here we are. Here's just a better option for now, and I hope you like it. I have one final update in regard to the podcast that will only be in place for, let's just say, November and December, and then hopefully in January we can go back to the regular schedule. The holiday season is a really busy time for me in general, and this podcast is something I do almost entirely for fun and just because I like doing it. After doing 10 weekly episodes, I decided that right now I just don't have the time to do a weekly episode. So the new plan is that I'm going to be putting out episodes every other week, but the episodes will be longer. So all the information and all the content that I talk about within the 2 weeks will just be compiled into one episode every other week. You as a viewer or a listener aren't really losing out on any content. You are more just getting it less often just for now until the holidays are over. I was planning on doing a longer episode this week, but because of everything that happened and how much I love Meghan Trainor, I wanted to dedicate this episode just to her and just talk about things that revolve around her. Taylor will get her time, don't worry about that. I have so much to say about Midnight's The Eras Tour, but I just want to give Meghan the spotlight that she deserves, from me at least. So if this episode isn't longer and is the average episode, just know that the next episode will be. I'm sorry if it makes anyone sad that I won't be here as often. As of right now, I just have a lot of things that I'm working on and doing that I just don't have the time right now to promise an episode every single week. But I still want to keep doing it, of course, which is why I'm just pushing it to every other week. I also really want my episodes to be well thought out and well researched. And if I'm giving my opinion on something, it should be an educated opinion and not something that I don't really know about. I also felt like right now, for the past few weeks, maybe like episodes 8 to 10, I was mostly just rushing to finish the episodes, and I felt like I couldn't give my actual opinion on things or just talk about things in depth to the way that I would want to or usually would. So having more time will also just allow me to sit with topics and have a bit more time to know what I'm talking about. And I also just really want to be able to get the best quality episodes out rather than a lot of episodes quantity wise. And also, just because I have this set schedule right now doesn't mean that I can't just hop on and post an episode. It's just you can expect an episode every other week, but sometimes episodes will just come out of nowhere. You never know. I feel like I explained that way longer than I needed to and in way more depth than I needed to, but I just wanted to say it in the best way possible. Does everyone know what I mean? We get it? Okay. Before I get into this week's topic, please subscribe or follow the Extra Pop Podcast on whatever platform you're listening or watching on, and you can follow the podcast on Instagram at Extra Pop Pod. Oh, and there's also beautiful, cute Extra Pop merch that is available on essencyrecords.com right now. So if you want to check that out and see some of the nicest products that have ever been made, do so as you please. I can't believe you guys are liking it so much. I will probably do a few Christmas themed items within the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for that. Since it's November, I just want to get it out on the table and say it. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. It's going to be Christmas for the next 2 months now. This is my favorite time of year, and I'm not ready to just experience every single good Christmas thing that happens. I can't wait to watch Christmas movies, wrap presents, and decorate the tree and my house. I am so excited. This is the time of year that I thrive, so I'm ready to go. Anyways, without further rambling onto other topics, let's get started with the episode. About 2 weeks ago, my favorite person in the entire world, Meghan Trainor, released her 5th studio album, Takin It Back, and I had the pleasure of traveling to New York and going to see Meghan perform at the Today Show. And then after, I got to go to an album signing where I reunited with her. It's a really nice feeling when the person you idolize cares about you back or just shows a lot of love to their fans in general, especially since the fans are the ones that make the artists who they are. So why not appreciate them for loving you? So I really do just like when artists put the extra effort and make the extra effort to show that they love their fans. Having a bad experience with someone that you idolize could almost entirely change the way that you view them. I'm really happy and really lucky that Meghan has never disappointed me and has always been so kind and so warm every single time I met her. The Today Show concert had an arrival time of around 5:45 a.m. And so we had to drive all night to get there. I can't believe we actually made it. Overall, it was a really cool experience to be in a TV show concert audience over a normal concert audience. It's really different and a lot more choreographed. There's so many people working just to make sure that the show goes on. It's a really cool thing just to be at. And everyone that was working there was so helpful and so nice. I was in the back and they moved me all the way up to the front. I was just shook. I'll put some videos of Meghan on the screen that I recorded myself. She looks so beautiful in person. I can't believe she is a real person. How does she do that? She also has a perfect live voice. No other artist that I know can sound identical, exactly like their studio versions. Her voice and her vocals shine so hard when she sings live. It's out of this world. I can't really play videos from the Today Show, but if you want to watch the performances, I'm pretty sure they're all uploaded to YouTube. Sometimes you could see my head in the background, so I guess that was my TV debut. The next day was the meet and greet and album signing, and I was really surprised to see so many people that were there for her. Not that I'm surprised that Meghan Trainor is famous. I know she's famous, but I always get shook whenever I see my faves doing just so well. Like, even I get the same kind of shock Taylor gets when I go into a stadium for one of Taylor's concerts. It's just so cool to see someone you support having so many other people supporting them too. I waited a while to get into the actual meet and greet room, and the moment I walked in, Meghan screamed my name and was like, "Oh my God, Christian!" How did she recognize me so instantly and know my name? What? That instant recognition of me was alone to make my entire life, and I want to cry of happiness. Meghan remembered every single thing I told her in the past and asked me for updates and then just asked me how I am. And she is just the best person, and she deserves every single ounce of success that she has. She even said that I looked more handsome than the last time she's seen me. And I started blushing so hard and asked her if she was lying. And she was like, "No, oh my God, I love your haircut and stuff." How? I can't believe she said that to moi. That's wow. Both of my parents were there with me too. And when I told her that, she instantly was like, "Bring the parents in, where are they?" When they came in, she just talked with them and was so nice and then took pictures with them too. She even called my mom gorgeous and said that she sees where I get it from. Could you imagine your favorite artist telling your mom that? Like, huh? We even talked about this podcast, like Extra Pop, and she was like, "Yeah, I know about it. I saw it on his Instagram." She pays that much attention and cares about her fans. I don't even know an artist that does that. She even knew about Essency Records and signed a copy of Takin It Back to Essency Records. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Meghan Trainor is truly an angel, and I love her so much. I love that she loves me because I love her. I'm manifesting it now that Meghan Trainor and I are going to become best friends. I'm going to be able to send her TikToks that are funny and make her laugh, and we're just going to be besties. So, yeah. Outside of that being my Takin It Back album release weekend experience, we need to talk about the actual album itself. This album is the exact thing that I needed in my life. I was really missing the vibe of having an album that you just couldn't get out of your head, one that you would make your entire personality. And for me, this is it. Meghan Trainor took it back to her old school roots and made one of the most solid and cohesive doo-wop albums I've ever heard. I seriously love it, and I can't say enough good things about it. I don't think this will come up as a surprise to anyone, but this week's record of the week on Essency Records is Meghan Trainor's Takin It Back album, pressed onto black vinyl. This is my personal copy signed by Meghan. Look at how gorgeous this artwork is. And this is the back cover. And here's the disc, just a standard black. It also comes with a printed inner sleeve. And I love this artwork so much. One of my friends from Instagram was actually involved in the packaging design of the Takin It Back physical copies. So at Garrett Vinyl, if you're listening to this, everything looks gorgeous and I'm so proud and happy that you got to do that. The design is so nice and I love the clouds, and this is what it looks like brand new with the hype sticker. You can add this amazing album to your record collection today. We just got some more copies in this week, so if you haven't gotten it yet, this is your sign. For this next part of the podcast, I wanted to give you a very thorough review of Meghan Trainor's Takin It Back album from start to finish. Starting with the first song, Sensitive. I think this is an amazing opener. I love that the music is made entirely of vocals and snaps. It really lets you focus on what she's saying, and I like the contrast of a sweet sound versus a more deep message because it just, I don't know, it sounds really good together. I like the message of the song a lot too. It's kind of about fake friends and how they would try to flip their actions on you to make it just seem like you're the sensitive one and that whatever they're doing isn't wrong. It's just you're the problem because you're taking it in whatever way. But at the same time, acknowledging how they are and just accepting it and just saying, you're going to say I'm sensitive. Yeah, I am sensitive. If that's your definition of sensitive, then that's what I am. At least I now know how you are for the future. Overall, I love the message, love the sound. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Meghan has a way of putting things into words that resonate with me, and I just think this was a really good start to the album. The second song off Takin It Back is the one I'm sure most of you know because it's going viral on TikTok right now and is an absolute smash hit. It's Made You Look. My immediate response to this song is that I wish it was longer. And I know some people might just say play it twice, and that's what I do. I just wish it was longer because it's so good. It's not like I'm complaining that it's too short. At the same time too, the song is so good that you don't get sick of it on repeat. At least for me, once it restarts, I'm ready to start singing it again. I'm not even bored of it. I'm not tired. I'm ready for round two. I'm obsessed with the sound of the song, especially the vocoder effect that they put on Meghan's voice. I love that sound. I don't know what vocoders do to me, but there's something about it that just makes me obsessed with it. This song is the confidence anthem that Meghan Trainor just knows how to make. Meghan has mastered making songs that make you feel good about yourself and feeling confident. And just, I hear that song and I want to go on tour. I want to perform on a stage and I'm going to announce my stadium tour because of this song. Like, I know I can perform this. Do you guys know those concert reaction videos where people are like crying in the audience? I could just picture Meghan singing the first line of the song and me in the audience just like crying, screaming for Meghan. Like, I know that would be me when she performs that live. It's just so hype. The music video also dropped for Made You Look. So if you haven't seen that, please do. She looks so good and so cute in it. The third song is the title track of the album, Takin It Back. And this might be one of my favorite 3-track runs of all time, talking about Sensitive to Made You Look to Takin It Back, because all 3 of those songs are flawless and they're so good. And they also just flow so well together, in my opinion, I think. The beat on this song makes me dance uncontrollably. I feel like Sheree when she said, I like the beat. I hope people know what I'm talking about when, what is it? It was when like Kim Zolniak, I don't know if I said her name right. It was when Kim performed Don't Be Tardy for the Party at one of the reunions of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Andy asked Sheree immediately right after the performance. In his defense, he asked her immediately right after the performance. So what else were they talking about? He was like, what did you think? And she was like, of what? But then he was like, the song. And then she was like, I thought it was fun. I like the beat. That's how I feel about the song Takin It Back. I like the beat. Wait, no, I don't feel that way because I love this song. But That's how I felt when I said that. Lyric wise, I like it a lot too. It's really smooth and happy. Just a very just upbeat, good song. You can tell just by the vibe of the songs how happy Meghan is. It just shows in her music. Fourth, we have Don't I Make It Look Easy. We got this as a promo single a few months ago, and I enjoyed it from the beginning. I loved it on its own and would listen to it so much when it was like the promo single off the album. But I kind of find myself, now that the album's out, I don't listen to it as much. Not that it's a bad song, I just had so much time listening to it that with these new songs, I am listening to those ones just so much more. The melody on this song is one of my favorites off the album, and I love that Meghan put a rap in it too. It's giving Tidal with the rap, and I love Tidal and I love the raps, so that's the best compliment I could say. Fifth, we have Shook. To me, this was an instant smash. This song kind of scared me when I first put it on, because the other ones aren't very slow, but they aren't very fast. And this one is so upbeat that they should have put a jump scare warning. It's not my number one favorite song off the album, and I could kind of see myself needing to be in a more of a hyped up mood to listen to this song just because of how upbeat it is. Nothing wrong with that. I just always, I don't know, I can't listen to like too crazy upbeat songs on repeat. And this is just a very upbeat song, which I still love. I can see myself driving to it. A tiny problem that I just want to get out of the way now is that I wish the songs were longer just because they're so good. Like I want, I don't know, an extra chorus or something. The sixth song off of Takin It Back is the lead single, Bad For Me. And this one has held up amazingly on the track list. I loved this song from the beginning when she posted a preview on TikTok just teasing it. It just has that kind of longevity to maintain how good it is. I love the choir vibe, and lyrically, I think it's one of the best songs in the album. I wish more people paid attention to it the way they're paying attention to Made You Look, but I also get why they are, because Made You Look is like a bop. Number 7 is Superwoman. We're getting into like the deeper cuts of the album now, and this one is so beautifully written and is just so meaningful. It makes me kind of sad to listen to, so it's not one that I have on repeat. Meghan is able to portray the way that she's feeling just through her music, and I think it's really good. The 8th song on the album is called Rainbow. This song makes me cry when I listen to it. If you need a bit of confidence, listen to this song and just get it in you and just do whatever you gotta do. I think it's one of Meghan's best songs. I like that you can apply the lyrics that she has written to many different situations and different feelings. So a lot of people can relate to whatever she's saying. And then sonically, I love it too, because I love when Meghan does a slow intro and then the beat kicks in. I love when she does that. And her vocals on this song are just so smooth and sweet. She did that. 9th, we have Breezy. This song sounds like music that they play in Trinidad, and that's not a bad thing, but I don't normally listen to that. I like it when Meghan does it, and this is my mom's favorite off the album. Number 10 is the song Mama Wanna Mambo. Something comes over me when I hear this song. I just instantly need to salsa dance and twirl people and then do that thing where they like dip them and like dance. I want to dance so hard to it. I love Spanish music, and the fact that she had some other Spanish artists on this song were really good to hear, and it's a bop. I really enjoy this one. 11th, we have Drama Queen. This song hits the spot every time. I'm obsessed with it. The melody slaps, the lyrics are cute, and the beat is good. What more could you ask from a Meghan Trainor song? This is one of the songs that I do have on repeat all the time and is just stuck in my brain nonstop. Maybe I like it because I'm kind of dramatic too, and I relate to what she's saying. I don't know. 12th is the song While You're Young. To me, this song sounds like the end credits of a coming of age movie, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't know how I came up with that. That's just the vibe that I get from it. Like, I could picture it in like 13 going on 30 in the end as like, I don't know, they're walking into the sunset. I don't think they do that, but like, you know, in movies, that's how the end credits come up. They're so dramatic. Message wise, I think this might be one of my favorites, because in the song, she's basically saying to allow yourself to make mistakes while you're young, and don't beat yourself up about small things, because you never really know how much they would mean in the grand scheme of things. Something that's affecting you today that might seem like the end of your world might not even affect you in a week or a month or even a year. So just something to think about. The 13th song off the album is called Lucky. And when I said those other songs were one of my favorites, that's because this one is my favorite. This is just the best song on the album. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it after this episode because it is the prime Meghan Trainor sound, the doo-wop queen. It's not even like the lyrics are my favorite part. I usually am someone that prefers lyrics over just the way things sound, but this is a song that I just love the way it sounds. I like the lyrics too, but it wasn't the only thing that made me like the song. I don't want to say anymore. Just go listen to it. It's so good. The 14th song on the album is called Dance About It. And this song was produced by Meghan Trainor's brother, Justin, which I think is a really cool thing because I like how family oriented she is, like being able to have your family involved with everything that you do. I feel like I'm a similar way, so it makes me happy to see. She also has another brother named Brian that I met at the Treat Myself LA fan event. And when I met her again in New York a few weeks ago, she was like, Ryan, do you remember him from LA? And he was like, yeah. I like how close they are in family because I feel like I'm the same way, so it's just nice to see. Oh, and back to the song. This one is my dad's favorite, so I play it a lot too. 15th, we have the Target exclusive song, which is called Remind Me. So you'll only be able to listen to that on the Target exclusive CD, not the vinyl, but I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify and Apple Music in the Takin It Back album because I kind of saw it there and listened to it not knowing that it was a Target song. I would just check and see if you have it too. I wish this song was on the regular album because it's so good. It's a bit sad lyric wise, but I don't know, I've said this before, but the way Meghan can put lyrics into such a unique way that is so fun to listen to and is so relatable and understanding. Like her lyrics are very broad in terms of who she's talking about, which I like a lot, because her lyrics can just be applied to different situations. The final song on the album is called Final Breath, and I cry every single time I hear this one too. It just is too sad for me. I think it's a nice song, of course. There's nothing wrong with the song, and I love the way it sounds. It's just the topic is so sad. Overall, Takin It Back is my favorite album of the year. I can't say a single negative thing about it. Meghan's vocals have shined so bright with Takin It Back, and this album has also demonstrated Meghan's artistic growth and her ability to make hit after hit. I genuinely loved every single song on this album. I even really love the fact that Meghan is actually taking it back to her old school days. Don't get me wrong, I love the change for Thank You and Treat Myself, but this is just her sound. No one can do it the way she does. For the last part of the episode, I'm going to be telling you my current ranking of songs on Takin It Back. 1, Lucky. 2, Made You Look. 3, Drama Queen. 4, Bad For Me. 5, Rainbow. 6, Sensitive. 7, Takin It Back. 8, Don't I Make It Look Easy. 9, Shook. 10, Superwoman. 11, Remind Me. 12, While You're Young. 13, Dance About It. 14, Mama Wanna Mambo. 15, Breezy. And 16, Final Breath. Even the songs that I ranked towards the bottom of the list are still my top favorite songs because they're all so good. Thank you so much for listening to the 11th episode of the Extra Pop podcast. I'm so glad to be back and recording again. It's always so much fun doing this, and I love it. I don't know what else to say. I hope you liked this episode of Extra Pop. If you haven't listened to Takin It Back yet, I would definitely recommend streaming it. You could also check out my online record store to pick up your copy of the black vinyl of Meghan Trainor's Takin It Back album at essencyrecords.com. That is ESSENCY records.com. And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Essency Records. Don't forget to subscribe or follow the Extra Pop podcast on whatever platform you're listening or watching on, and follow the podcast on Instagram at Extra Pop Pod. And finally, my personal accounts are at Christian's Reputation on TikTok and at Christian's Vinyl Collection on Instagram. I'm your host, Christian, and I'll see you next time on the Extra Pop podcast. Bye.